My beautiful stars, reading time. I got my nails done yesterday. Do you guys love them? I never go this extreme, but we've done kind of a black and white theme here, but kind of reversed colors. I don't celebrate holidays, but I'm all about spooky season, I will say. So maybe you guys just got your nails done. But let's get into it, you beautiful angels. All right, what's going on in our beautiful main collective today? Oh, that was yesterday's first card. Okay. Oh. All right. One more. Being a bit stubborn. One more, please. Okay. So we have reunion, unconditional love, focus. Okay, this is a movement collective, because you've got movement and surprise call here. So you've definitely, this collective, you've definitely heard from the person on your mind, so don't make it fit, especially with these 4 cards. I feel the right collective, you've got action in your life with someone that's connected to your heart space, but I think you might be a little bit obsessively thinking, maybe fixating a little bit. So maybe this person's popped in and there's been movement. It's literally caught you off guard, like, oh my God. But maybe it's not the most consistent right now. This reuniting, this is clearly for the right collective. Someone from the past, it could have been a brief thing or it could have been a longer term thing. For you to be this shocked over it and have unconditional love for this person clearly, there's an emotional tie here and a depth of one at that. But I do think for the right collective, I think this person, again, the biggest thing I'm hearing is, yeah, they've popped up. And it could be also, maybe this person's added you, or maybe this person started watching your stories, or I'm hearing that finally unblocked you. It's like, I feel you're really shocked with something. Let it be movement or physical appearance in your life. But I just don't think it's going maybe the way that you had hoped, but you're trying to sit in belief, you're trying to distract yourself, you're trying to reevaluate and shift your attention and focus. Okay, don't make it fit. Let's get one more for this reunion, just to confirm. Wow, sign. You've got movement, surprise call, and incoming communication. You've literally, there's only, I think, there's 2 more movement cards, but you've got 3 of them. So the right collective, there's movement. Again, don't make it fit. All right. Okay. But there's fear over it. That's what I'm feeling. Hold on a second. I want to dice. I've got a few things going on in my mind. Okay, so this could have come in 6 days ago. Maybe it's been 6 months or 6 weeks since you heard from this person. Or 6 is important to tie the right collective. I want to get detailed for you guys, especially because you've got fear over this. It makes sense with, I just don't think it's maybe going the way you had planned, and you are trying to focus on being positive, but I feel this collective, you could be falling into a bit of negativity right now. But 6 is important. Oh, and then 20 came out. So the 20th, and then I've moved that to the 16th and 8th. So 6, 20, 16 and 8 are important numbers for the right collective. Unconditional love. So you, again, the inner healing. So you are trying to have a healed approach, but You got mother wounds over this. I think this collective, you're silencing yourself, which is a bit of a wounded feminine energy. I always say this to you guys, be transparent with your emotion. If this person's come in and they're not soothing you, they're accelerating anxiety, yes, you could be taking this to your trauma. But that wounded feminine, she lacks vulnerability. She puts herself in an ivory tower. Don't subside what you're feeling. You're just going to accumulate it. I did a reading last week on that kind of energy as well. Maybe you saw that reading. Hold on a sec. Let's see what's going on. I think this collective, maybe you're silencing some of your emotion. You twinnies. You don't want to present obsessive. You don't want to present like you're needy. But this is clearly overwhelming you. Healthier choices, we love that. So you are trying to approach this in a healthier way. And I'm not saying you're not approaching it in a healthy way. It's just look at the energy you have for this person. And if you are having to really focus on distracting yourself and now you've got fear, is this going to be consistent? Are they going to pop out again? There's things you need to voice, right? That's not you. And yes, it could come from a place of trauma or abandonment, whatever it is, but the right love will soothe it. So just advice, I wouldn't keep subsiding because you'll hit explosion. There's only so much you can accumulate this kind of pent up emotion before you hit your brink. I always say it's that kettle energy. You're on this constant simmer, and then the littlest thing will trigger you to high heavens and you're going to end up going, whoa! I feel you think you're coming from the best place. And maybe you're getting advice to be silent. Maybe you've really resonated with, being a bit of a chaser. And if you really unconditionally love this person, these two cards shouldn't be here. Because it should be, if it's truly unconditional love on both ends, you should be feeling at peace. So lightning, so it did come in shockingly. It was like, whoa. Okay. Maybe this is the person you really believe you're going to spend your life with. But then there's that not today, the boundary. So it's not going right. But you're avoiding a conversation here. We know that. So you've got two about the revelation, the sudden change, shocking news, but there is more clarity needed here. You can see, especially with those two together, if you are holding things back, clearly this person is as well. We'll do a you versus them. Passion, maybe you're trying to not lead with passion. Again, I think you're really thinking you're coming from a place of healing here, but it's making you question this person's intention, which is not good. Lightning. Okay, so they do own the key to your heart. Another confirmation. Again, you've got two of unconditional love here. And now photographs. So especially if this person and you, it's not consistent, maybe you yourself are looking at photos, checking their socials, checking their followers. Are they talking to someone else? Like, I just think your higher self is showing you certain things to do with maybe some things that come from your trauma. So you might think by silencing yourself, oh, I could really be healing this, but look at what it's accelerating, especially if it's creating a little detective in you, especially if you're starting to pry and open Pandora's box. I think your higher self is trying to show you something here. Again, your fear of wanting or presenting that chasing energy. But you're being shown far greater things of your emotion right now than just sitting in silence. So maybe you guys were planning marriage. This axe has come up underneath this. So silent treatment, abandonment. And if you were on that path and then this person revoked everything and now they've come back in and quite intensely, and now they've suddenly just gone a bit silent. Of course, this is going to be dragging up past memory, especially if this is how this person unfortunately left you in the past. So subconsciously, that makes sense with why it's bringing up fear for you. If in the past the way you guys separated was literally the acts, silent treatment, abandonment, there's something here, again, subconsciously, which is making you react this way. If this person's been messaging you consistently and then all of a sudden it's just gone a bit silent, you're full of fear it's going to happen again, and you're not speaking about it. Don't make it fit for this collective. This is coming in very strong. You think, is there another woman? Is there another man? Is this why it's happening? Am I in competition with someone? Last one. Soul connection, that's good. Is there someone new? God. Sorry, I love you guys. But it just shows how trauma. And I always say, if you're feeling that way, you're not seeing yourself properly. Stand in your worth. Don't think you can be that easily replaced. If this person's popped back up after however long, they're probably in fear themselves a little bit here. Okay. Okay, again, this is where you have to shift. So you've got the reunion card, but you're going over your initial union. So I'm saying it's subconscious. Maybe you are really, this is what you need to, I can't focus on this. I can't hold on to the past. I can't keep thinking that this is going to be done again. So maybe the right collective, you really do know that here, not just subconsciously. This is where you're obsessively going, thinking it's going to end the same. It's so weird because I'm still sticking to my guns. I think that for the right collective, this is in. But I keep going to this, right? This reunion, this incoming communication, and this fear. Why do I feel some people are still watching this with a fear if this is going to come in again? Like, that's come to my mind. I've felt it a couple times, but I kept silencing my thought pattern. But it's coming out for a reason. Like, I feel there's some people just watching this in hopes that, especially when you saw that 6, maybe this is going to come for me in 6 days. Like, I'm hearing this. Hold on. I want one more for that first row. I love you. That doesn't really give me much answers, does it? Hold on. I want to get the emotion cards here. Right collective. Longing. That's what I see. There's some of you here, it's coming from a place of longing, and there's distance still. Everything I hear is for a reason. I should have just said it when I was hearing it before. So, this reunion, fear, incoming communication, I love you. Missing, yearning, pining, needing, wanting, nostalgia, craving, wishing. And remember, I literally just said, hoping that it might come in 6 days. Distance. So how this is shut down, detached, cold, removed, withdrawn, aloof. It's odd. I have to say, and there's a reason everything happens. For some of you, this is really in. But I do think for some people watching here, especially because I really confirmed at the start, there is movement here. There's a reason you're staying. So maybe there's a message you need in this. Hold on a second. This first row. You know me. I don't like to give anyone false hope. I just want to ask a question for the people that are in hopes. We're 2 cards. We're allocating either communicate, confession, they'll be back, or commitment, or the date night. but only going to pull 2 cards. 1, 2. That's not bad. Make room. Oh, you got confession on the bottom. I do think right now that for the people that are choosing to stay in hopes, and, you know, I always say your truth, you create your reality, but I just don't want to give anyone false hope. And if you are staying in hopes that this might come in 6 days, I don't think it's going to happen. I do think you've got a new beginning on its way to you eventually, but right now, I think this person's emotionally unavailable. Let's get one more. Distance. And you got a double confirmation. So there's physical and emotional distance. I just want to make that clear. So for anybody that has stayed to watch, that is thinking, oh no, this might come in. No, not right now. But if all the other cards, especially those cards, resonated, you could be in the same color as this collective. I always say collectives work in colors. That's why and the comment section shows it perfectly. A lot of people it'll resonate and completely align with, so they think, but discernment. But your stories just deviate a little bit. So this collective, clearly, if everything is, maybe there's some advice that you need in this, but as for communication, that's not coming just yet. Okay. All right. Now I just want to see the collective that it has moved. I just want to see your emotion just to confirm, because I feel you are in fear and you're trying to distract yourself, restricting yourself, especially from communicating. Okay. Your jealousy. This, right? Everything I say. The right collective, you're doing a little bit of spying right now. It's activating your jealousy. But you are feeling hopeful. But you're self-sabotaging and you know it. And but the thing is, this collective, you think by self-sabotaging is you coming forward and expressing your needs. So you're so focused on, I don't want to sabotage this. I don't want to go into self-destruction, so I'm going to silence myself. But it's building up resentment. You're checking profiles. You're checking followers. You're checking this. You're probably checking every day if this person has added you, unfriended you or blocked you again. Like, I just feel this collective. You're really trying to sit in hope, which is beautiful. But I don't think you're seeing your emotion right. You're so worried about sabotaging this that you're silencing yourself, which means you care more about this person's emotion than you do your own internal emotion. You're feeling threatened. You're feeling insecure, a little bit envious, trust issues, clearly. Competitive. I don't want to say hatred. I think it's those other things. But you are trying to stay optimistic. You do believe and you are hopeful that you will get what you need out of this. Trying to stay upbeat. Thinking this is quite promising. You know you need to stand in your confidence. That's not confidence. But sabotaging. You don't want to ruin things for yourself through destruction. You don't want to block the success of this. Obstructing, creating issues. This says creating issues for yourself, and I think subconsciously you must know, but again, you're just not viewing it right. And you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your emotion. But by silencing, you're actually doing the opposite. But anyway, okay, movement through the separation. But you are worried that you're going to get that again, clearly. And then this surprise call. I'm literally thinking your little face, this collective. That's what you were like. You were like, what the just happened? Your little heart would have been like, bah, 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 bah. Oh. Maybe you saw it coming too. Those moments are crazy. So let it be. I don't know, you were on your phone, you thought of this person, their name popped up, or you written in your calendar a certain date, and then they popped up. There's something with these details are important. There's something with your psychic abilities. You saw it coming, and it bloody came. And that's probably why you were like, huh? It wasn't just the shock of them, but how connected you truly are. Oh, that's beautiful. All right. We're going to We're going to do a you versus them. So I just want to see what you think this person's intention is. It's going to kind of be like a you versus them and a little bit of a mix of what you think is going on versus what's really going on. Gosh, this reading's a bit all over the place, but the right collective, it'll all align to you perfectly. Okay, what you think this person's intention is towards you. Oh my God, every deck. My angels, clear that out of your thought pattern. Go do some mirror affirmations. Go affirm yourself. Again, karmic partner, you really think this person's got someone else in their life. That they're more focused on their finance. Maybe that's what happens as well. You're talking, but then when they get to work, maybe they're not as receptive to you. And I don't think that's something you should be triggered on. But right now you think there's karmic interference, maybe even a karmic partner. You think that they're mentally materialistic. Let's get one more and then we'll get into detail with these messages. And again, this is what you think their intention is. Oh, that they're going to think you're a chaser. Everything we've already said is just confirming. I know I'm settling if I'm not with you, but I feel I'm stuck because I'm afraid of change. I'm so used to what I have, even if it's not enough for me, but I am working on feeling deserving of you. So maybe sometimes you do, and I think that's actually a strength, but because you lack confidence, you go straight to the worst. But I think when you're in strength, you know, maybe this person's just holding back a bit because they're as freaked out as you are, especially if there was a lot of damage in the past. But then you start to obsessively think, you start to overfocus. Instead of trusting your gut, you start trusting your overthinking mind. So I always say that gut instinct lasts for about 5 to 10 seconds. Overthinking can last for hours, weeks, months, years, right? You can focus. So try and backtrack. And this is why I say when anything happens, especially that surprise face or, write down what you feel in that moment. Because by the time you even go to finish writing, your overthinking's already taking over. But I guarantee you this collective, in that moment this person's name popped up, you felt it was a good intention. You probably felt, oh my gosh, they're back. They must be thinking about me. They must this, they must that. You've got to remember, you've got reunion, this. But because it's clearly not as consistent as you were hoping, you are starting to think this person's prioritizing everything above you. And they're maybe seeing you as being needy and this and that. So I'm not going to say anything. Chaser energy. I'm not feeling fulfilled in my life. Therefore, I'm chasing money and status as a way to increase my self-worth. I also feel I'm not equipped to handle our connection. And I'd rather focus on what I can control. Numbers here, 26, 19, and 48. Okay. Distance that they're putting. You really think this person's focusing on career right now. This is about 5-year plan, but they could be a Virgo. You could be a Virgo. But if you've actually got physical distance, maybe you think that this person, and that's okay. I just heard this as well. Maybe they've popped in, but they haven't organized anything. They haven't organized anything with you. So let it be they've just messaged or popped up on the socials, whatever it is, but there's been a bit of talk, but this person hasn't said, oh, let's catch up, let's meet up. There's a reason you're fretting so much, right? And you clearly don't want to be the person that's like, oh, when are you going to see me? Which is good. You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't be voicing that. That's clearly this person, what they should be doing, especially if you want to sit in a connection in your beautiful Empress energy. But doesn't mean you shouldn't talk about how this is making you feel and the uncertainty, right? And take it to your own triggers and the own things you're trying to heal. With everything we've been through, everything that's been done, and it could be coming to my codependence. I know I really want to see you, but it shouldn't be me asking to see you. But the fact you haven't tried to whatever, it's making me feel there's either other energy in your life, or you're not really focused or seeing this the way I'm seeing this. Whatever the case, be open, be transparent, don't wear a mask. I don't want to have to ask to see you. I don't want to be in that kind of energy. This person's clearly not presenting with that strength. Or maybe as well, I just heard this. Maybe they did organize something and cancelled at the last minute. There's something that's happened clearly for you to be, because every deck you feel there's someone else there, right? So I just feel this person's popped in, and then again, it's not going the way maybe you had expected in your mind, and now you're starting to fret, and you're trying to find reason in your mind, but then you are also saying to yourself, I don't want to sabotage this, I don't want to just put this into destruction, I'm just going to stay silent. But look at how your mind's starting to gravitate, right? This is about having a 5-year plan, life planned out. It's not so much the blurb here. I think it's more a lot of your mind is thinking about alignment. And let's be real, if there is distance, maybe you're excusing things in your mind for maybe this person isn't as financially equipped at the moment. There's something here about the right collective. Money is a big thing that you think that they're focusing on, okay? And again, attachment of energy, and they're hyper aware if you're going to come off needy and codependent, and it's like you think this person's, and again, this is just what you think they're feeling. Maybe that they're numbing, maybe that they're out there partying, distracting themselves from their emotion as well. Okay. All right, I want to get a surrender card for you from the universe. I actually want to get the universe's perspective before we break down this person, because just intuitively, I just think you're stuck in your mind. Okay. Non-action. Okay. Like I said, do not be forcing seeing this person. But I do think you need to open up about how you're getting triggered. Don't blame them. Take accountability for the things you're trying to heal, right? But if it's really time, they will soothe it, right? They're not going to accelerate it. They should start changing their action, or at least you're opening the door for clear communication. This is saying, though, the people pleasing, and that's what you're doing right now. You're silencing yourself to make this person what you assume to be happy. You're more concerned about how they're feeling than your true feelings, right? I do think, though, just because you're watching this, don't just now message them. Wait till they message you, and then when they open the door, be transparent about how you're feeling. And I know that can be a bit scary for people, but like I said, they'll show you in action straight away if it's time or not. Because if they don't make any changes to try and make you feel better, or if they don't at least open up and say, I know I've popped back in, but I do have things going on in my life, or this is stressing me out, I am reflecting on the past as well. Like, if they're not going to open up and be deep, or at least create change, answer enough, my angels. No matter how much you unconditionally love this person, don't delay the inevitable, because it'll end up being destructive again. Now is the time to be still. Don't act. Wait till they come to you. Simply breathe and focus on your own power. Let them come to you. But the people pleasing. So when they do end up popping back in, speak. Don't be more worried about them. And it's sad that you think this person sees you as a chaser. It's sad, because you're literally creating the way that you think they're feeling towards you, intention-wise. It shows how little you see of yourself. Speak your needs and be true to yourself. Focus on your own happiness instead of always trying to make everyone else happy over you. And that's been the theme. That's been the theme here of this. You'll be right. Okay. Let's see how this goes, right? We'll see how this person's intention is after this, and then I will tap into the future of your connection. But first, we just want to see how these decks go, okay? All right, universe's perspective on this whole situation. You did get soul contract, so there's something in your soul contract that... You've got the High Priestess here. So this card specifies there are some things hidden, okay? Clarity readings can be a bit confronting. I just want to warn you guys. But there could be silence because of secrets or certain guarded emotion because of certain things that haven't been spoken just yet. But there is a past life. I'm not going to say... I don't want to say... I'm stopping myself. Let's just say there's past life things being activated in you right now. Your dream state could be really activated as well at the moment, but that's number 5, transformation. Oh, this is good, but boundaries, and you're not speaking your needs right now. This is about home, belonging, roots, comfort, safety. It's nice. But there needs to be better structure here. Boundaries. You got to create some building blocks and stepping stones. 5th of the 4th, 4th of the 5th. Start of the season. That's good. And I was going to stop myself from saying past life connection. Maybe you're coming into the start of a season. But remember who you are. Self-confidence, self-love, self-knowing. They're saying you're a born leader. You've got so much power. You're a trendsetter. You ignite. You light up a room. This card's about beginnings, but inspired action. And there they are, the masculine. So 28 could be important. I know I said 6, but this could have happened on the 28th of last month. 28th of April could be an important date, or 28th of May. And there could be some form of attachment, because there's something here not spoken. So maybe there's another masculine energy around this as well. A as an initial and K. Oh, soul contract. So it is a soul contract. You got the soul contract card. Agreement, pact, cycle, soul contract. But partnership, trust, commitment, circular, continuing on, promise, bond, going through. You guys need to sort. There is clearly closure issues from the past, because there's a lot of fear coming over this collective because of that. 25th of May, 25th of April, and you've got A again, AA. 25 could be important just as these 3 together. So even the ending, and this is where you haven't spoken about. You haven't gone into depth about what's happened in the past. This is why there's fear. Now, the letter J, but 25th of October could be an important day this month. But they're wanting to remove the obstacles here. But center your heart. You guys will overcome the difficulties, but your self-esteem, it's your worth. And this is part of your soul contract, and you're not standing in your self-worth and your self-confidence. Do it. But both of you, bit of pride and ego up here. 15th of October could be important as well. Another A. This is your biggest block. It needs to be spoken about. Rip off the Band-Aid. But just be transparent. Be completely honest with what you're feeling and how it's activating your... Watch from the beginning. So those 3 are together. They're one row. All right. High Priestess. New beginnings. about babies. 5th of the 1st, 1st of the 5th, but there is something that right now, unfortunately, is halting this new beginning because of things that are unspoken right now. But fertility, procreation. Okay. We need a new perspective. So underneath the house, you've got the moon. Pisces energy could be important here as well. But you're in fear. You're kind of stuck in a veil of an illusion and anxiety when they're just trying to get you to put better framework in and boundaries and structure and the right stepping stones, right? But because you're just getting trapped in past things because they haven't been spoken about and soothed, you're stopping this new perspective, right? Look at all the cards here of new beginnings as well. Brand new. And I always say you can only get the new when you remove the old, but the new perspective is needed. This collective, to have a carefree approach, you've got to solve some stuff here. Number 13. All right, start of the season. Oh, the compass. Beautiful. You're on the right journey. Discovery, life path, seeking truth. I ain't even going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. There's something that needs to be spoken here. Number 22. But you will find your way. Know where you're going. Make a plan. The only way to really start this the right way, we've said it a few times. Depth of emotion and conversation. All right, this divine masculine. I think they're lacking confidence. Let's be real. I think this person needs more confidence. 28th of July could be important, but I think they, like you, think they're trusting in their inner knowing. But let's put this towards you. Let's take, because this is a universe's perspective, right? So remember we had that deviation about gut instinct. When you're in strength, I think you do have confidence. You are trusting your inner knowing here. You believe in the potential of this, right? But it's because this hasn't been solved. Remember, every deck you think there's an outside interference. You think that their behavior is like this because of someone else. Like you're freaking yourself out, right? And it's literally, this is your block. This is your block. So there's clearly secrets, guarded emotion, because there's things here. Remember, you got the axe with the wedding rings in that black part. There's something here, the way this exited through the abandonment silent treatment. This is what is not being spoken about. And this is what's putting your halt of your new beginning. This needs to be spoken about. It's not forcing the conversation or forcing the truth. But again, we've explained it. Just be vulnerable about how you're feeling. Let this person know you're not settled. To get anxious, you've been working so much on your codependence and your fear of abandonment, and you're starting to realize this person's energy back in your life is igniting all those things again, and you don't want to feel that, right? You want to feel soothed. So however you want to voice it, and I said it before, if it's really time, this person's going to soothe that for you. They're either going to be open and transparent with how they're feeling, or again, they're going to put more consistent effort in to not make you feel that way. But you guys both need to get to the place where you're not forcing the truth. I always say, you know when it's time, because that person respects you enough to just come in and rip off the Band-Aid. Reckoning or not, this needs to be spoken about. And now that I'm seeing this, the reason, before I even get into this person, I know it, the reason they're withheld here, being inconsistent with you, because they're scared. If I open up, is this person going to leave me? This person would be stressing because they know this conversation is so important. I can see it just with this, right? We will confirm them, but I'm telling ya, it's nothing to do with what you think it is. This person's bricks. Okay, let's get that last row. Scared to rip the mystery, and that's where the secret lies. You know what I say with this card, it hasn't come out in ages. If this whole reading has been aligning to you, go run your hand along a book, or if you don't have books, a magazine, something with writing, hopefully that has more than 10 or 26 pages. Go magnetically see what you're drawn to. If this is really for you, because we're in the universe's part, go to page 10 or 26 or both if you want to read that top line, or read the line that your eye gets drawn to, right? Straight away, it'll be a message from... Oh my God, the craziest thing just happened. You would have seen it in the bottom of that video. That's never happened. I do record this on Snapchat, but when I went to save it, as we're talking about there's going to be a message and sign from your angels, I went to save it and I noticed there was a little Mickey Mouse there and it said 8:17 a.m. So that should be a sign for the right collective, because that's never happened. I don't know if name Mick or Michael or Mickey Mouse or 8:17, 17th of the 8th is a birthday, a memory. That was crazy. I'm going to leave that in that part. As we're saying, the right collective, there'll be a message from your angels, right? But it'll align with the reading and it should soothe you. So this, remember I brought the secrets over here to this row. That's what's really making this person be inconsistent. Memory, hidden truth, the mystery, secrets, the unknown. That is your puzzle piece right there, my angels. That is what's going to soothe your problems. So that is where the conversation needs to be had. Okay, 26th of the 10th could be an important day as well, or day this month, or memory. Let's get one more. Oh, it's been developing over time. I'm hearing this, I'm going to say, especially if you've been on a path of sobriety, because desanitizing came up. And again, I'm actually seeing that red wine. Hopefully you're not. Your anxiety isn't getting the best of you. But you need to alchemize as well right now. But it's transforming, ripening, and aging well. It's going to be tangible from the stuck energy. It's just that, okay? You need to learn to trust each other again. How are you going to trust each other if you're not talking? You're not communicating with the things that need to be communicated. Okay. I'm just going to cleanse out and then we're going to get into this person. Okay, first I want to see how this person sees you as a person. So I just want to see how they're viewing you as an actual person. So that's exactly why they're scared of the tornado. They're scared that there's going to be a storm here. That truth is a big one. Over the sudden and unexpected ending here. The axe energy, that's your biggest detail. That's the biggest thing in your soul contract. They're scared this is going to be a total wreck again. That you're just going to go through another ending. So it's the fear. Number 8, 14, because of their stealth behavior. I know this is how they're seeing you, but I think it's more the reaction they're going to get. It's this fox energy. They could be thinking something's not right on your end as well, because you're silencing yourself so much. But it's the deceit. 14th of the 9th. They're afraid, but the Phoenix. This, I think, is... They're really afraid that when they really open up about this, because they really are wanting a rebirth. That's what I felt straight away when I was reading these cards. They could see that you've gone through a big transformation and you've really activated your heart space and you've gone through a complete renewal. You've really risen from the ashes. Yes, they could see this, but I think this is what they're hoping for as well, right? So they're probably, and not in a manipulative way, but they're just really feeling out the water right now. 25. And you clearly drag up a lot of emotion in this person, and it probably does make them afraid. It's really reopening this scar again. Phoenix tattoo, I just heard Chariot. That you're really moving forward in life, that you have strength and action behind you. They probably, see that you're sitting quite successfully in life. But again, wanting that forward movement with you. And if they really are viewing you, right, in this energy and this Phoenix, they're probably thinking you are not going to take their shit. Sorry, hold on. I just want to get, hold on. I'm seeing that over it card, like you won't put up with any games again. Hold on a second. %, this is the divine working its magic though. Watch the whole reading. Expect a miracle. Divine intervention is pushing you guys together, but that conversation needs... They're shattered. So they're completely shattered about this. They're scared. Okay, they're fantasizing about your future together. They want it all. Same with this collective. That is what's creating the block here. Old habits are breaking me down, and a new version of me is being revealed. I fantasize about our future together, our home, our kids, our vacation. I want it all. So I'm not going to ruin it before it's... And I know that's not... I know it's not good, them holding back this truth. They're coming from a place of fear, and I don't think this person's lying. And I do say keeping things from the truth, it's just as bad as lying. It's really not coming from a manipulative place. It's coming from a scarcity place. Is that the right thing to do? No, but I'm just trying to make this collective understand. Well, again, watch from the beginning. That's the card. That's the reason I went for this deck. On my eyeballs on now. So this card, they know you are over their games and you'll no longer accept less than you deserve. So this Phoenix. So again, it's just a fear of being honest. I guess it's not the best, but... That's good. That's good. You got energy and enlightenment here. I'm going to say am transforming, not I've transformed. I am transforming into my higher self because of you. Your energy has changed me. The truth has been illuminated. I can't hide from what you've shown me. So I do think they really are going to come into strength with this. But it's an odd one. It's kind of slow and steady wins the race with this one. But I still agree you need to open up and be transparent about how you're feeling, how this is activating you. Twin flame, I know, 100%. Look at that. With the divine, you got the twin flame. That's coming from up above, right? Yes, they could feel, especially if you've transformed them. They know this is a once-in-a-lifetime type of love, so I don't want to mess it up. You feel like home. You are the one. The choices they made. That's what they're shattered about. The decisions they made. Fox, tornado energy. And back to you guys. Now I'm going back to you guys because remember I said you shouldn't be demanding the truth, but you need strength and self-worth. I've noticed you being back in my energy, how much you still truly mean to me and how much you can still bring up some things that I'm really trying to heal and transform. And the last thing I want to do is present needy and codependent. But I know a lot of my anxiety and my fear, because remember your first part, your focus over your initial breakup, your union, the acts with the wedding rings, right? The promises that were made, all of that stuff. You do need to say, me reflecting on this, it's not even really the lack of consistency. It's that we never really healed what happened. We never really spoke about it. So I can't help that my brain is expecting the worst. I'm not pushing this conversation from you, but we do need to talk about what happened here. But when you're ready or whatever the case, like you need to open up this collective. Because that is your block. That's in your soul contract. Until you guys soothe that, all your new beginning energy is on hold, right? They know in their core that they're sitting on it. They're obsessing over it. But the sad thing is they're just not voicing it because they're worried about what comes next from your reaction. And if they really are seeing you as a divine, remember, you got unconditional love. You got some really deep love emotion here. If they really, really, really believe this to be true, like really in their core, not just saying it to themselves. They would be honest here. They've got too much fear, so they might say this to themselves, but I really feel it's the fear of losing you. So even though they're transforming, I don't think there's complete belief yet in this connection. So you're both working with your armors because they're not trusting it at the core. That's why they're keeping this away. Fantasizing. The love offer, how to express. So they are thinking about it. I want to offer you the world, and I want to promise, I promise you'll have the best version of me. This is your roadblock energy that came out again. That is the reason right there. So I've transformed into my higher self, you've changed me. So they know that you're not going to accept less than that version of at least a little bit of soul transformation and that healed version of themselves. So they're trying to kind of, even themselves, act like they're not being needy and this and that. You're both wearing a mask a little bit here with one another. But their place of love offer and planning, it will come. My advice, and again, I brought this up before, I had a collective like this last week. Rip off the band-aid. Open the door of vulnerability here. All right, let's keep going with how they see you. Oh, and now you got the twin flame card. Course, so they think they believe in that, but again, if they really did, they would be open right now. But this collective, if you really did, you wouldn't have a fear by expressing yourself that this person's going to run away again. You're both reflecting each other. Twin flame, the one, a pair of things, deep soul connection, soulmate, blooming love, faith, divination, fluidity, number 6. The whip. So they are freaking out. They really think an argument's going to come over this. So the storm brewing, this and that, an argument, a fight. It'll be painful. We're going to go through this again over and over again. It could be something to do with sex. That's what this card is about, but repetitive. You're going to repeat it. 8th of the 11th, 11th of the 8th, J, A. Could be important initials. Their fox behavior, literally them, masculine energy, and it could have been another masculine involved. I said that with you guys. So those two, it's not how they see you, it's what they think is going to happen. Phoenix. From the things, that was one of your last cards. So from the things that are stuck are starting to become tangible, but dependability is needed here. And even you, how dependable, solid you are, solid and doubtful. You're a grounded person. Maybe they're seeing you as very practical in the mind as well, and that's probably why they think you're not going to... It's funny, because I think this person sees you in your complete worth, but this collective, that's what you're struggling with. I'm more for that. And you got that too. You're majestic. You're standing in your authority, that you have self-esteem. But again, this collective struggling with low self-esteem. But you've overcome all the difficulties. You're devoted. You're heart-centered. Again, with the heart activation. Oh. Temperance, you're balanced, you're an alchemist. So with this chat, holy moly, you're patient, you're kind, you're tranquil. Finally brought balance to your emotion. And this has clearly been a long journey for you. And this is why they probably think you just will not put up with anything that takes you 10 steps back. Because they've seen what you've had to overcome, the difficulties you've had to overcome. One more. There you are. So you've got the divine feminine masculine pairing 22829. I want one more for that, because this is how they see you. I can't see that. And this, you got that. Start of the season. It's more you, I think, what you've been through. That feminine. One more for that feminine. 100% you. You found solutions to your problems, especially through your alchemy. But you're very intelligent. They could see you as a genius. This is the card of intelligence, genius. How you pay attention to everything so you don't miss a beat. So they would feel your withdrawal right now. You've got a hurricane. They probably think you're distancing yourself because you're onto something. That's why they're silencing. Oh my God. 24th of June. But you didn't just get the twin. You got the Celtic knot. So unconditional love, legendary, divine union, eternal love, enduring, connected, love of a lifetime. Oh, they just don't want to mess it up. The diamond ring, the proposal, because of what they did before. You've just got, your last row is all about union, 2525. Messenger movement, wanting full speed ahead with you. So again, they're holding themselves back right now. Movement, message, maybe travel because distance was something that came up for you. Progression, green light, full speed ahead. I want to propose. True divines, I see this a lot. When you guys finally come in, it really takes off very quickly when it's really time. Promise, partnership, statement, intent, marriage, union. You guys get through that hurdle. Jeez Louise. How connected you are to the divine, how this is very destined. The double rainbow with the wheel of fortune at the bottom. Holy, that row has blown me away. I can't believe you've got all that love energy there with the full speed ahead. And this collective, you're literally stressing about the wrong things. Okay. I want to get their emotion. I want to confirm their emotion cards. Then we're going to get their intention. What they're really wanting to say to you. I'm going to get those message cards that can make me a bit spicy at times. Because there's clearly a fear. And then we'll see tarot. Okay, what's their emotion right now? Oh, they're very... They are being sneaky, and they know it, the fox, but they're very sensitive. They're really worried, very delicate, very emotional. Maybe they're reflecting on how words hurt. I think it's more really worried about getting hurt again. Sly. I don't want to say thinking they're clever. That's not it. They're going over their deceptive behavior, right? The fox, and it's going to cause the tornado. I don't agree with what these things are saying. Telling you a lie, trying to trick you. I do think they're hiding things, but I just don't agree with all of these examples. It's more how they're reflecting on what's been done, and they're just in so much doubt that you will accept what they need to say, and it's not going to end up in that tornado with energy. They're trying to stay calm and centered, just like you, trying to refocus. They're trying to stay relaxed. They're trying to present undisturbed, at ease with things, anxiety-free, that they're secure with all of this. That's why you feel the mask. That's why if you're really divines, your feelers would be going on acceleration. And it's because there's things not spoken, but you're going straight to the worst. You're unsettled because you know this needs to be spoken about. Worried about getting judged for their behavior. Look at all of that, and then they've got the mask of I'm cool, calm, and collected. This isn't affecting me. Their character's going to get questioned with negativity, shamed for the decisions they made, or criticized. They're worried you're going to judge them. And you've got unconditional love, and I love you, and watch from part 1. Last one. Last 2. But how connected, but then the impulse. Don't want to be needy, don't want to act on impulse. I've got to come from a higher perspective, my energy, my enlightened way. Oh, makes so much sense. But the deep bond, the belonging to you, how alike you are, feels right, energy still intertwined. They could be having a lot of dreams, but they don't want to act without thinking. They're wanting to take rapid action, but they're trying to center. This means a lot to them. And it's sad, this collective, you're thinking it's the opposite. Sorry. Regretful. Knowing that they're wrong. Sad, remorseful, apologetic. Feeling bad, guilty. Oh God. All right, let's get true intention here. So that distance card wanted to come out again. Okay, true intention. So even though they're playing it all cool, calm and collected, they're watching, they're checking on you just how you're checking on them. Even if I'm gone, I'm still connected to you in some way. I can't cut you off completely, but I'm afraid this collective, they have returned, and that's the issue. It's the inconsistency that's freaking you out. But right now, maybe their only interaction is through social media, and that's what's making you unsettled. Number 74. But they're breaking free from the illusions. Good. And hopefully readings will find you at just the right time. You need to break free from your illusions right now, because your illusions are wrong. My obsessive thinking got the best of me, this collective too. I allowed my emotions and others to control and dictate my actions towards our connection. There is some energy that's interfered with this fox behavior, so it makes sense with why they're reflecting on how other people's advice could have affected their decisions. But I finally understand I need to trust my intuition. Number 43. You know what I just realized? I've never realized this before. You know, in the movies, the 3D glasses, they were so stuck in the 3D perception. You know, the glasses you wear that make you see 3D? I've never noticed that picture. It makes sense with the illusion. They were seeing it in a very, because they got the enlightened, the energy shifting, all of that stuff. That's why they were seeing it in a boxed in outlook. I've never noticed that in that card. Every deck for them, they're getting this. Twin flame, cosmic love. Even though we are not together, we are connected through and through. When I sleep, I dream of you. When I'm awake, I think of you. I'm able to feel you as if you were physically here. Number 14. Watching. So they're obsessing about this as much as you are. They're reflecting on what caused the separation. And this is what keeps their emotion a little bit hidden right now. You need to just get out of your mind, this collective. Before we even started tapping into them, I felt that. And this is why they're reserved. 4744. The illusions. Cancer energy, there could have been a Cancer involved. You could be a Cancer, they could be a Cancer, but the energy of this. I was always hot and cold with you because of the illusions, 3D approach. Our connection was so much for me to handle, and that was the only way I could deal with it. 85, and your magnetism, your glow. said that in that part. And Leo, Cancer and Leo could be important. But I was used to being the center focus of everyone's attention, but your magnetism outweighed mine, and I was insecure about that. So maybe they thought they were destined to get their heart broken. Why would you choose me? Look at who you are. And again, maybe people's advice they were feeding into this, especially if you just got out of a long-term connection, or maybe people were telling them they were just a rebound for you, or and because this person struggled with their worth like you, they probably believe this stuff. Or that maybe other people were saying you're an attention seeker, like you love the attention of others, or whatever the case. They clearly started to believe these things. Cosmic love. They're masked. So they're masking how deep they feel for you. Oh, my angels, I don't even know why I'm lying to myself about how I feel about you. I may act as if I don't care, but deep down it's because I care too much, and it makes me very afraid. This part, hopefully this is dropping pennies for this collective to stand in your worth. Nothing to do with you. It's a fear of the truth. It's a fear of your initial ending. And this collective, that's one of your main focuses. Again, watch from part 1. You're reflecting. Okay, I want to get these spicy message cards of what they're fearful of telling you. Hold on. I very rarely get these because these bring attitude out of me, these cards, every time I get them. So I'm going to try not to get attitude. Okay, what they're fearful of telling you, although we really know. It's whatever's happened in your initial ending, but let's just see. Okay, so why do I feel so lost? So even now that they're, and again, because they're stewing over this truth, but they could still feel very lost and empty right now. They're crying at night. That wouldn't surprise me. They're sensitive. So I think they're being really hard on themselves. They're trying to hold back all their emotion right now. Their sexual, that is detail. That's detail. Because remember, underneath the tornado, you got the whip, and I said it could be something to do with kinky sex. You got it. That's what it is. So there's something here for the right collective, your separation. Maybe you know this person struggles with some addictions, or they've got some kinky fetishes. They've got some things here that were never spoken that maybe you called them on and they denied. Okay. It's their sexual desires. That's detail. Don't make it fit. They feel lost. So it's part of their shadow. It's something that they maybe have not completely taken ownership from themselves. I always say, until we confront our own shadow, how can we ever be honest with others with our shadow? So you would be dragging up this stuff that they would have shame, or not that they should, but your energy, and it would be making them feel lost. It'd be dragging all this up again in them. Just how it's dragging up energy for you. Okay. I wish I could understand you. So they're thinking you're mysterious right now, especially with how you're going to react. And you both are viewing each other very mysterious and not the same. Both of your energies feel off with one another because you're trying to save face. You're trying to put on your best behavior. But inside you both are just igniting so much inside. They don't understand what's going on or how they're feeling, and don't understand your reactions right now either. I think they're really lost. I really do think they're lost with how to approach this next. Let's confirm. I don't know where to start, and this is where they're lost in. How do I even start this conversation? I don't understand how to approach this. How do I speak about this without it going into destruction? They have such a fixation that this is just going to end up in that tornado, that whip energy, that they're like, where do I start with this? And that makes sense with the planning and the love offer and they're stressing more than this collective, and I didn't think that was possible, not for this collective. I cry at night. If I could go back in time, I would handle us differently. They wish this never happened. They wish they didn't even have to open up about this truth. Now they're seeing you as their twin, they're this, they're that. I'm hearing that, if I could turn back time. That Cher song. Love that song. And this makes sense with why they're so focused on the marriage and this full speed ahead. Imagine where we would be now if this never happened. We would be married. We would have this. It's, oh, this poor bugger. I wish to be like you. So whatever they've got guilt and shame for with this, or desires, they would have envy not just from you, but other people that don't struggle with whatever they struggle with here. It's just going to cause drama. It's lining up with everything. That's your block for your initial separation. I need to figure myself out properly. And this is underneath, I wish I could understand you. They're the same. They don't even understand themselves. Them, I don't understand. I can't promise you anything right now. So that's probably another thing, especially with this. Hold on, let's get one more. I do think you guys have got distance here. One more. Maybe they're not understanding why they can't. What is the truth? I think it's the truth that they need to speak to you. And until they speak the truth, they can't. They know promising things, future, it'll never work anyway. It's like, again, destined for failure when this comes out. One more. Why can't I tell you the truth? This person is lost, my angels, because they don't know where to start. The way I treated you was wrong. By you opening up the door and letting them know, we've said it so many times, you're going to make this person understand you're sitting on. You've got to be very compassionate, understanding, and make them realize you are a safe place, but you're not pushing anything. But you're very aware things need to be spoken, but that they're safe with you, okay? But that's if that's how you truly feel. Don't put a mask on just to get words. Again, from part 1. This is hard for this person. So again, I'm going to be honest, it's not something easy to speak about or to hear. Okay? We say the right love, it soothes and nurtures our vulnerabilities. So you've got to be honest with yourself. When you hear this, is it something that you can accept? Is it something you can soothe? Are you going to need time? Are you going to need space? You can't just put a band-aid over something and pretend everything's okay just for the sake of companionship. If it affects you, you need to say, I want to understand. I don't want you to feel judged, but this is igniting me. It's hurting me. I just need a little bit of time. Like, you need to be honest. And even when you're approaching this conversation about this conversation that needs to be had, maybe don't make promises that you're going to make them feel safe in this. The right collective, that should have been pennies. I feel you've spoken to this person and it was denied, it was gaslighted. So you really need to reflect on, if you heard this from their mouth, how would it make you feel? You got unconditional love and I love you. Do you really unconditionally love this person? Will there really be acceptance for that? That's something you need to reflect on, this collective. Okay, let's roll the dice. I was going to do the future. I want to roll the dice. We're going to allocate. If a 6 comes out, we're going to roll for weeks. Anything else is going to be days if this person is going to approach with this conversation. Okay. Will this person open up? Wow, you've got 2 here. Maybe they will. So 48 hours. Do I say 2 weeks just to be... I can't see that happening in 2 days. It did come out. We did allocate. Okay. So let's see how they... Let's go 2 weeks to 2 days. Just 2 days to 2 weeks. Let's see how they approach this conversation. Okay, let's see if there's actual truth here or if they're just gonna... Anyway, let's see. And then how you should deal with it and what the outcome will be. Oh, that's good. You got the truth card that's up. Sun is about truth illumination. That's good. That's it. Two of... They are going to open up. Soul connect, so they're going to believe in this connection. Soul connection, they really want this union. They want a happy relationship. They're wanting this reconciliation. So they're going to come in with the truth here. They're going to lead the way. They're going to illuminate. That's what's going to hit. That's what's going to be the point that breaks them. That's what it'll be. What's the point in reconciling or uniting without this truth? What's the point of going a few months with this and then it coming back up and having to go through it all again? I'm going to rip off the Band-Aid, the reckoning, the scythe. That's making sense. That's what will push them. So their intention will be wanting to truly reconcile, but they're going to be moving forward with a bit of doubt and also thinking this could be the end. Like they're wanting this, but what is going to drive them is I've got to rip off this Band-Aid. So they will have fear approaching this because of the lies, the illusions, the moon with the sun, literally ripping through the illusions. Oh my God, beautiful. We love that. He's the loyal one. The high... That's what they're going to talk about. The mysteries, the secrets, the things that were hidden in the dark, the universe's perspective, your first card, and I took it over to that row. The secrets, the hidden truths. But they're going to come in loyal and trusting. I always say he's the most trustworthy, so they're going to present in the King of Pentacles. A lot of strength and honesty here. It's going to be hard though. They're going to try and present very grounded, but they're going to come from a higher perspective as well. She's the higher knowing, right? So even though it'll be, and that makes sense with the energy, the enlightenment, the way they speak of this will be balanced with practicality and spirituality. But they know without trust, so they're probably a stiffler for trust, even though they've kept this. They know without trust, how are you ever going to build again? So we need to work that out now, sooner rather than later. This is a very good drive pushing this. And it's going to take effort. I don't think this person's expecting just complete acceptance. They know there needs to be dedicated effort. So you know what, I'm going back to that. Another thing that's going to drive them, because your energy feels off, and the reason they think your energy feels off is because you can see, you already see, you know that they're hiding something, right? So remember the universe, surrender, non-action, let them come to you, stop people pleasing. And I said when they come to you, so don't act right now, but when they come to you, be truthful. Speak your needs, right? Remember that part? Where your fear is, this person's playing the field, this, that, doing this, doing that. Their fear is you already see. So they're delaying the inevitable by not being honest with you. That's what's making you pull away. Make sense? Right, collective, that'll make sense. All right, how you should deal with it, though. Oh, Dom, whatever you do, do not be impulsive with your reaction. That is a big no-no, exactly, in reverse. Do not be approaching that night. Stillness. That's what don't react. self-reflection, stillness. Not there, but you might need to choose silence. There's a reason I say everything. I think this is going to be hard for you. Wheel of Fortune, trust in fate, trust in destiny. I genuinely do believe this collective, you do unconditionally love this person. And I don't even think you would be unaccepting of it. I don't, but I think it's going to take you need to self-reflect, right? You need to trust in destiny. It is a time for expansion. It's a time for growth. Luck is on your side, but you need to go within and really reflect on how you want to approach this. You approach it with Knight of Wands. That's your lesson right there. Okay, because it is going to cause Nine of Swords. 100%. It's going to be a mind egg for you. But I do think this is being very beautiful. This will create the change you need. But you need a different perspective. Delay, silence, literally. You need a different, don't react. You need, and I always say that might take a week, it might take 2 weeks. Be transparent though, let this person know, and throughout that week or two, touch in, or, you know, don't just go completely silent and ghost, but that's what I felt you need to say. I just need to reflect on this a little bit, okay? But I think you come into a beautiful outlook. Okay, outcome. So this is really good. The self-doubt goes away. You start to get mental strength, both of you. You get out of the mental anxiety. You guys start being very open emotionally, most emotional queen. Start having very deep, vulnerable conversations here. Empathy, loyal, loving, caring, family, very emotional. That's not good. One more. World, you finish it. The obsessive thinking makes sense. You release the obsessive thinking because your emotion, you're clear, vulnerable, you can communicate. So your shadow, the things that grip you, the things that, you know, make you fixate, the things that create scenarios that aren't even happening. Remember, sexual desires, addictions, all of that kind of stuff too. He embodies, you've got a world over. Completion, you remove it. I always say you get a world when you remove, when you move on, right? How can you move on from this soul contract without it being spoken? You get success here. But until you guys can, that's why this conversation, and love is at the bottom. Another card of harmony, reconciliation. Okay. Fertility really could be, you got the bunnies right underneath when this happened, full new beginning. Okay, I do think this is going to create a new story for you guys. I do think it's going to create, you know, a lot of stillness, especially in emotion. As for this next 2 days, 2 weeks, you guys just being in a flourishing, committed, united connection. No, but I think it's really starting to open the way for that, especially with communication. One more. Temperate, balance. It's going to start putting the balance, but you still need to have patience with one another here. I do think this person just wants to rush to the finish line, as do you, this collective. But I think for you guys, especially, like I said, for this collective, it's not going to be the easy justice. There's still some healing, life lessons and truth, balance, integrity. Like, I think you both need to prove to each other that this can be trusted again. That takes time. Just believe, my angels, just believe. All right, I want to actually confirm with these quickly from the universe. Getting to know each other again. This is the one. But you just need to be patient with one, calling in your soulmate, calling in your person. Retreat when it's getting, and you can see that with you. There will be some time. Remember, this says could be, I say is the one. This is your person for this collective, but you do need to retreat and not be reactive. And you guys are both, that's clearly your thing here, the codependency. This will be triggered in both of you. But it's so important. You need to build again. 2 more. spiritual factors, which there's going to be a change. There could be cultural differences here as well, though, but I think it's the spirit. And the wedding, well, we know that. It'll come for this collective. Just breathe. Both need to make the effort for one another here. It's safe for you to love, and that's your biggest stress. Okay. This collective, as soon as you have this conversation, you're going to be put at ease. Both of you. Like once you've taken time to reflect on it. Tree of Life, love from the start of time. Cats, could have just got a cat. I see this is ancient Egypt as well. You could really connect to Egyptian mythology. Remember Empress energy 3. You could be a 3, they could be a bit expansion. But rolling the dice, we've got C, X and P. Flowers. It wouldn't surprise me if they come here because they're planning something beautiful for you, but flowers could be an important memory, and also daisies. Peach, you could have a very nice booty, or this person could. Cherries, love cherries. Could be eating, maybe fruit as you're watching this. The Hamza hand, this is protected. You could have broken a ring of recent, or broken an amethyst crystal, especially if this person, amethyst can be a good stone for sobriety as well. Perseverance will pay off. Patience, small steps, big accomplishments. Black and white animals you'd be seeing a lot of, but your internal balance, you could have a black and white animal, or you guys could have had a black and white animal. And candle wax. Witchy poo. 5, transformation. 18th of the 5th, 16th of the 5th. 3 is important. 333. We watch seeing a lot of 27th of the 3rd. Oh, sorry, that's a 1. 21st of the 3rd. There's a reason I said 27th. 3rd of the 1st, 1st of the 3rd. 1st of the 2nd, 2nd of the 1st. 3, 2, 1, action. 1, 2, 3. And 5 again. Did I just roll them 3 times? 3 is important because now I'm thinking I rolled 3 times. I never do that. 20th of the 1st. 3rd of the 1st, 1st of the 3rd is... And 3, 3 again. And now you've got 4. Oh, no. There's no 2 there. Okay. 8 by itself, clearing karma. Infinite energy around you. 16th of the 4th, 16th of the 3rd. Did I roll them 3 times? My mind just went blank. And then 16 again. All right. I love you guys. Have a good day. Stop stressing. Love you.